This is the audience. A lot of them were children. It's at a basketball stadium. And they were school children who were told to come attend this hearing, but they didn't know what was going to happen. They're just clapping and shouting revolutionary slogans.
Sadiq Hamed Shwehdi.
See, this is the guy who's on trial. This is just the most powerful image of the whole archive, is this young student sitting in this sports stadium all by himself, being questioned by this revolutionary court. And he knows he's going to die. I mean, they just hung the other guy. This is the image of fear. And this is the guy whose brother I met in Benghazi, who gave us the videotape.
اسمي الصادق حامد الشوهدي. انضميت، كنت ندرس في أمريكا. انضميت لكلاب الضالة في أمريكا في سنة 81.
They can show this at university courses if people want to know what a forced confession looks like. Really enjoying herself. So now they're reading out the sentence. They're sentencing him to death.
قصد البدء في الأعمال الإرهابية السابق الإشارة إليها التي أقرها المؤتمر بالإعدام شنقا حتى الموت.
في الميدان، في الميدان.
Right in the stadium, in front of all these children, they hung him to the news, and they had more confessions. And it's a moment that just about every Libyan you speak to can vividly remember. This is all the film, and you can see what kind of condition. Some of these haven't even been opened yet. I mean, there's two aims. One is for us to analyze it. We found, for example, this picture is a picture of King Idris, the last king of Libya before Gaddafi carried out his coup, arriving in Benghazi. Flags, because these are the flags which the revolution in eastern Libya has now adopted as the flag for the new Libya. And this is one of the first pictures of Gaddafi arriving in Benghazi. Obviously a very different era from what was to become of the Gaddafi era. There's Gaddafi. This is Minister Yunus, former defense minister, now with the rebels. These show a very important meeting between Gaddafi and President Nasser of Egypt. Nasser was the hero of Gaddafi, seen as kind of the guiding light of Arab nationalism, and Gaddafi really saw him as his hero. And after Nasser died, Gaddafi tried to adopt the mantle of Arab nationalism, but was rejected by a lot of the other Arab leaders. So Nasser's visit to Libya was a very important moment. Here Nasser's telling a joke, it seems. This is one of my favorite series. It shows a young Gaddafi with his shoes off on the beach, reading some documents while surrounded by a group of other revolutionaries. This must be very early on, and they're probably some of the most informal pictures I've seen of Gaddafi. Here's Gaddafi praying by himself on the beach. Sure had a sense of style. If you look at them all together, they really show the evolution of a leader from a young revolutionary who actually had quite a lot of public support to a rambling madman in current days. It also talks a lot about, I think, the cult of personality which evolved around Gaddafi. I think that's why a lot of these early pictures are so touching, because they do appear a lot more spontaneous than a lot of the later pictures. It's George Habash, the head of the PFLP, Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine. You know, you never know what you're going to find on these rolls, and suddenly we just came across these pictures of a hanging in the harbor in Benghazi, just filled with piles and piles of documents. Most of what was collected were files, but they included some very interesting historical documents, such as these intelligence files from the Italian and the British occupation periods. I think it captures some very important moments in Libyan history, including the time of King Idris, and Gaddafi in his glory days, and then the trials. It is very important that, and I mean, this is just from one place in Benghazi.